Information is vital. Stay tuned. Be enlightened. Be encouraged.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Ultimate Wellness, which I guess makes me your ultimate host, Dr. Jim Carlson. We're here to talk about and dispel many nutritional beliefs that a lot of people still hold tenaciously to. I went shopping last night. We're going to be talking about particular food items you see in front of me that a lot of you may believe are bad for us, but yet they are not. But before I begin this show, my producer, we had a little argument, and he actually wants me to read a prepared statement because he feels I may have insulted some very highly esteemed organizations last episode or an episode. I forget which one it was. So here we go. Here's my statement. I would like to apologize to the American Heart Association, the American Diabetes Association, and the American Cancer Society for any derogatory or pejorative statements I may have made in one of my shows. But let me I got to stop right there. Why would I apologize for the continued grotesque, abysmal, profound ignorance of these organizations? Are you kidding me? There is no way I am going to apologize. Not a single chance. Don't think so. And I urge any senior executive committee member to go one-on-one with me in any debate about their nutritional claims versus the scientific biochemical facts. Come on. I'm waiting. I am waiting. Okay. Now, this show is going to be very interesting because to me it's important that the viewer knows the correct foods to eat, why it's important. But before I get into that, let me just take some questions, or I answer some questions from last week's show. And I also promised my producer I wouldn't keep banging on the table. And the glass thing. He doesn't want me hitting my glasses, so I'll try not to do that. It's like a nervous tick or something. But anyway, let me go through some questions from the prior show that came. And the other thing I want to say is we've had a tremendous response to this Ultimate Wellness program. I have dozens of emails at my Dr. Jim at drjamescarlson.com email site. Please keep them coming. And I apologize if I don't get you on this show, and I will get you on a future show. I will answer you personally, when I can. So keep the questions coming. They are real, they are true, and they're the questions that all of the listeners or viewers out there, actually people around the world, want to know, because this is global. This is global. I'm very sorry. I didn't introduce my friend, Mr. Bones. He's with me today, Mr. Bones. Oh, by the way, let me just say this, okay? You want me to apologize to the American Heart, American Diabetes, American Cancer Society? Well, if you follow their dietary recommendations, you will look just like Mr. Bones, all right? Do not do it. I cannot stress that enough, okay? Now, let me find a question here. Now, I didn't get a release to use the person's first name. So I'm just going to read the question. It came to my Dr. Jim at Dr. James Carlson site, and it says, Dear Dr. Carlson, my name is blank. I'm 34 years old. Actually, the name really isn't blank. I just blanked it out. I think you get that. I am 34 years old, and she's from a certain state. I just stumbled upon your website while searching for low-carb recipes. I am thrilled, and thrilled is in all caps, to have watched your episodes. Absolutely love them. Thank you very much. I appreciate that input. I just want to start off by telling you thank you. Again, thank you is in all caps with an exclamation point following. Thank you so very much for starting this forum on low-carb living, and more importantly, for allowing the world to finally understand, and understand is in quotations, the science, and as you say, the facts behind these myths that we have been taught for too long to believe. Believe is in all caps. On low-fat, low-calorie dieting. Now, this part of the question was very interesting. She's an RN, a registered nurse, and has been following a low-carb dietary lifestyle for over 10 years. I've been following it for over 12 years, since she was 24 years old, when all her friends were ordering out pizzas and she was choosing steak. Right on. However, I have to admit to you sadly that I try hard not to bring up the way I eat to any coworkers of mine at the hospital, may it be doctors or my fellow RNs, simply because they look at me as if I'm some quack who knows better than that. What she means, of course, that she should know better than that because she's a nurse, right? I'm a doctor. How could a doctor, we'll get to the foods in a second, claim what I'm claiming? That eating more saturated fat and cholesterol-containing foods is better for you. How can I claim that? It's called facts. F-A-C-T-S, facts, okay? I'm not working on a belief system. I'm working on the facts. All right, back to the question. We were taught in nursing school that a low-fat diet is the only way to reduce medical ailments such as diabetes, hypertension, etc., and to stay away from all the many forbidden foods. But yet, I see firsthand these doctors seem to always have to follow up with statements like, well, if that doesn't work, here's a pill to add to your collection. See if that'll help. I say, perhaps we should go back to the Garden of Eden way of thinking and realize that more likely the forbidden fruit is the apple, not the red meat. Her question goes on. That made me chuckle because I actually had a patient state that, well, the apple is good for us. The apple, is good for us. And I said, well, the apple indeed may be the forbidden fruit. I don't know if people want to get biblical, but I don't want to do that. I'm not here to question religion. I'm here to give the facts. I'm here to give the facts about how to eat correctly. Let's go on with the question. I am sorry that I am going on too much in this email to you, but I am so adamant about this topic and this way of living, I am basically living alone on this low-carb mission within my own family, which upsets me tremendously. Let me read that to my viewers again. I am basically living alone on this low-carb mission within my own family, which upsets me tremendously. My heart goes out to you. My heart goes out to you. I have many families where I try to educate whoever cooks, and I may be met with opposition, but it's even more difficult to eat this way if not everyone in the household is eating this particular way. And this is the part that really struck me. She goes on, coming from an Italian family and then marrying an Italian man as well, it becomes very difficult for me to get them away from their misguided belief system where most dinners revolve around pastas and bread. She actually gave up, she says, just for a few months and gave into this way of low-fat eating fruits constantly and whole grain pastas, etc. And guess what? I not only gained weight, but my cholesterol went up, I felt lethargic, my skin lost its elasticity, and overall had strong cravings for sweets, which affected my mood. No kidding. And she knew she would feel like this. She knew it. But it's the, what is that? What's the saying? It's the mob mentality. The mob mentality. Let me use another analogy. I tell patients to back off on the carbs, to eat more fat, cholesterol, and protein. And I'll oftentimes use this analogy. It's as if, think of it this way. I'm in Yankee Stadium, okay? I'm in Yankee Stadium, and I'm on the pitcher's mound. And the stadium is filled. The stadium is filled with other physicians who believe that the correct way to eat is low fat, low cholesterol. And I'm the only person, I'm on that mound. My belief system is more fat, more cholesterol, more protein. The stadium is filled with doctors who would say otherwise. A patient or a viewer is sitting in a dugout, whichever dugout, doesn't matter, and listening to me. The mob mentality is such that that person listening isn't going to listen to me. I'm being battled by, I don't know what the capacity of Yankee Stadium is, and by the way, let's go Yanks, you guys won the World Series, good job. I don't know what the capacity is, but I'm not going to be believed. But we're not working on a belief system. Let me finish with a question because it's a very, very important question.